Yes, guys, good afternoon. Welcome in. How is everyone doing this afternoon? Hope you're all doing good. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Liverpool's contracts today, especially Trent. Trent's been talking. We're going to go through it, see what you guys say. As you guys know, I'm not afraid to say my piece. So I'll be giving you my opinion on everything as well and where I stand with all this. Um, Also, look, we just had the Manchester City Arsenal game this past weekend. Me and Drift obviously did the watch along on his channel on Big Up. Guys, also, if you've not gone and subscribed onto my Big Up channel yet, the pinned link is in the live chat. If you go and hit that link, it'll take you over to my Big Up channel, and then just go and join the community over there. I'd appreciate it. We're trying to get up to 200 members right now, so if you can go and do that, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, that Man City Arsenal game, and now we're living in the Matrix. We're living in a different world. We're living in, I don't know. I can't take football Twitter much longer, man. I can't take football much longer. You know, I hear people's opinions on people that get paid to do this for a living, you know, in the media, talking absolute waffle. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't understand it all. I'm going to talk about that as well. So I've got things I've got to get off my mind as well. I've had enough. I've just had a bloody enough of it all. Absolute bullshit that comes out of people's mouths, man. That's my nutting. First of all, we got Honesty who sent a load of super chats to start the show with. Big up the Honesty, guys. Get W's in the chat for Honesty, please. W's in the chat for Honesty. Yeah, putting in the work, man. Beautiful. Honestly, says here first super. He says the priority for Trent Alexander-Arnold is Liverpool. He will keep discussing with Liverpool about the project, what they want to do at the club for the next years, and the finances. Virgil van Dijk on Nunes. The fans love him. He said they love him for his work rate, his directness, and what he brings to the table. Yeah, I'm going to say it. You know, if Darwin keeps doing what he did on Saturday, I'm perfectly happy with the guy. If he can carry on playing like that, then he has to keep his place. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Jota's been crap. So for me, Darwin keeps his place in that number 9 position. I don't know if he'll play against West Ham. It might be a different side for West Ham because it's the League Cup. But on Saturday evening, I expect Darwin Nunes to play up front. I really do. We got his reward for the hard work he did with a good goal, but we want him to be consistent and keep going and doing it. I'm confident he'll be fine. Yeah, big up Virgil van Dijk and big up Honesty as well. So all of this Darwin don't have a future at FC are BS. They love him at the club. Yeah, man, that's good, man. You know, that's good. If he keeps up the form, then Virgil described everything but goals. If he keeps up this form, there's no reason why he shouldn't stay in the team. That's what I've always said. If he goes out of form and he struggles again, then we'll have to talk about it. But I don't sugarcoat anything, guys. I've already said I don't think Darwin and Jota are at this moment good enough for Liverpool. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat things. But as long as he keeps on this form, I'm happy with it. I really am. So look, I've been getting grief on Twitter today. I don't know what it is. I just want to talk about this for a second, guys, and then we'll go into the main story on the topic on the show today. But these Arsenal fans, man, I can't do it no more. They are fucking lunatics. These Arsenal fans are lunatics, man. They're absolute lunatics. They just come after you. You can't say nothing. They think everyone's got an agenda against them. The referee screws them over. The Premier League's trying to screw them over. Liverpool somehow trying to screw them over, even if it's got nothing to do with us. You know, they then start saying, oh, they come out with crap like Klopp could never do what Arteta's doing. It's like, what? What are we doing? Why are we living in this world? Why? I can't be doing with it anymore. I know a load of Arsenal fans as well that are for some reason just completely brainwashed. They're completely and utterly brainwashed. They are a look, they're a fashionable Stoke. There's nothing wrong with it. That's what Arsenal are. They're just they're a spicy Stoke. There's nothing wrong with it. That's the way Arsenal play. It's the way Arsenal have always played. They're a very defensive, low block team. They've never changed under Arteta. I don't mind that. I've always said this as well. I don't mind fans giving it if they like been successful, if they're killing it right now. But the fact is, they come for Liverpool and they come for Jurgen Klopp, and I'm like, what starters? What's this got to do with us? You know, you played Man City, and all I keep seeing on Twitter and Instagram and everything like that is like, oh, this is why Arteta's the new breed of manager. He's got everything in his locker. I read that today as well. He's got. Let me get this out. I've had it from Man United fans before, but having it from Man United fans, you know, the Man United fan thing he's doing, like, I can take it from Man United fans because it's Man United. Like, I just don't know what world we live in anymore. So look, someone called EBL on Twitter put Jose Mourinho in the low block, Jurgen Klopp in the high press, Pep Guardiola in possession. Mikel Arteta is the most complete manager alive. He's going down in history. The titles will follow. Trust me on that. I'm like, what the absolute fuck is going on? I'm so confused by everything football related right now. I mean, look at the state of this, guys. Honestly, look at the state of this. Look at the. It's fucking nuts. Look at. They've won nothing. It's just. And I predicted Arsenal to win the league this year. So this is not me coming at Arsenal. I think, Arteta is doing a good job at Arsenal. Arsenal have spent a lot of money and they're competing for titles the last 2 years. And I made them favourites this year. Now, if Rodri's out, I make them favourites. Yeah, I make them favourites because if Rodri's out for a bit of time, then you got to make Arsenal probably favourites. But why can't they be humble, man? Why can't they be humble? Mikel Arteta is the most complete manager alive. The most complete manager alive, guys. The most complete manager alive. So Arteta is more complete than Ancelotti at Real Madrid. He's more complete right now than Pep Guardiola. He's more complete right now than Jurgen Klopp. He's more complete right now than Diego Simeone. It's like, humble yourself. Just say, you could go, look, Mourinho low block, Jurgen Klopp high press, Guardiola in possession. And you could have just put, look, Mikel Arteta has got all three of these in his locker. And hopefully under his management, we can hopefully have a long career under him and win titles. Right? And then you could go, okay, that's a fair statement. It's a fair statement if you put it like that. But to put the most complete manager alive, he's going down in history when he's won fuck all, is the most ridiculous statement. It's just a ridiculous statement. It really is. The fact that Ten Hag has won more trophies at Man United in a team that's got no cohesion in it whatsoever, with owners selling, with sporting directors leaving, with all the mess behind the scenes. Ten Hag's won 2 trophies whilst Arteta's been Arsenal manager. Ten Hag's won more trophies than Arteta in that time, and apparently it's not. So it's not. It's a real account. It's just mad. So Ten Hag has won more trophies at a Man United team that's all over the place in the same time as Arteta, but you put shit out like this. It don't make sense. Just be humble, man. We all see Arsenal. We all see Arsenal as a very good side. We see Arteta as a very good coach that will be successful in the future. There's no doubt about that. So this is not me hating on Arsenal. I've got no hate against Arsenal. I think Arsenal are a very good, well-run club, and they've got no real rivalry with Liverpool. To be fair, it's the fan base. It's the fan base that do my tits in, and the sucking up by the media now. I can't take it. The media suck up. The YouTubers sucking up. I just don't get it. I can't get it. I won't understand it. It's a weird thing to me, man. It's a weird thing to me. Look, Arsenal played the way they did yesterday, and they dropped 2 points. For me, I think Arteta made the big mistake going 6 at the back. I found it weird. Me and Drifty both said it now. I'd be pissed off if it was my manager. If Slot done it, I'd be absolutely pissed off as well. I'd be annoyed. So this ain't about, we do it, whatever. I'd be annoyed with it. You lose a striker, so Trossard gets sent off. It's not a defender or a midfielder. It's not a defender or a midfielder that got sent off. It's a striker, a winger. You've still got Saka and Martinelli on the pitch, yeah? You could easily just play 4-4-1 and try and get out when you can. But they literally played 7 at the back. They literally went 7 at the back for 45 minutes, and they wonder why Man City equalised. And I got to say as well, City were at fault as well. I don't know what Pep Guardiola was doing. Me and Drifty kept saying that whole second half, play the ball wide, get crosses in the box, and you'll score. They only did it in the 97th minute with Jack Grealish when he got the ball wide, got the ball wide, cut it inside, and they got their goal. So City, if they played it properly, could have annihilated that Arsenal team for playing the way they did. I just find it mad. And I said this on Twitter, and I said this on Judge Mo's channel yesterday when he was doing the Inter Milan derby. I said it on his channel yesterday that, he only missing a strike away playing 6 at the back. And then someone said, we did that against Spurs. And I was like, no, we didn't. When Jota got sent off, Jurgen Klopp just played 4-4-1 and we kept attacking Spurs. And in fact, we had the better opportunities and we could have been winning that game. It's only then we went to offensive is when we lost Curtis Jones and went down to 9 men. That's when we went super defensive because we lost our midfielder and made all our subs. So we made all our subs, lost Curtis Jones, lost Jota. Then we went down to 9 men. Then we sat back and got defensive to try and hold out for the draw. We're trying to hold out for the draw. But when we had 10 men, we kept attacking Spurs. And we actually looked better. I actually think the point is better for City than it is Arsenal, guys. I know. I think that point. I think that point was better from last season. I said it last season as well when Arsenal went to Manchester City. I said it. I think Mont said it as well. Me and Mont stand by this as well, by the way. When Arsenal went to City last year and they did nothing but sat back for 90 minutes, soaked up pressure and got a 0-0. Arsenal fans were saying that's a great result. I remember me and Mont were one of the only two saying that's a poor result because now Man City have won the league. All I saw is that Arteta needs to gamble. You know, he needs to gamble a little bit. He needs to gamble a little bit. And yeah, he needs to gamble. But we lost to Spurs and City when we had players at o'clock, never changed tactics. In the Spurs game, it was an own goal by Matip in like the last second of the game, wasn't it? Last second of the game, it was a Matip. And if you remember that game as well, that's the game Diaz had a perfectly good goal ruled out for offside for no reason. So I'll give you that Spurs game. We shouldn't have lost. And then when we was down to 10 men of Hollywood Rock, we actually attacked Spurs. I think, and the reason I got annoyed with it, this is the reason I got annoyed with it. People might be saying I'm having to go Arsenal. I'm not. I thought Arsenal had a very good side, and I don't think Man City were particularly on it for a while. And I think Arsenal were the better team when they were 2-1 up, and I think they deserved their lead. And I just felt like the worst thing to do against City is just sit back and soak things up because they always find a way. And I think Arsenal was such a good side defensively because they did lose a defender, guys. They lost an attacker. Arsenal were a very good defensive side. They're very good defensively. So all their defenders were still on the pitch. No one was sent off from their defence, and none of their midfielders got sent off. So they could have played 4-4-1 and played a little bit higher up the pitch, maybe. They were too low, and I just felt that cost them a little bit. So that's why I got annoyed, because I think Arsenal are better than that. I do. I think Arsenal are better than that. I think they're better than that. And then the stuff after it, it's just a madness to me. You know, they're coming after. I don't understand. And by the way, I'm not saying attack, guys. Like people might be getting what I'm saying wrong here. I didn't think Arsenal needed to go and play attacking football when they got 10 men, by the way. I just felt like because Arsenal are very good as a defensive team in their structure, because it was Trossard who got sent off as a forward, their midfield was intact and their defence was intact. They could have still played that 4-4-1 formation, and they're very good on set pieces, Arsenal. Probably the best team in Europe on set pieces. Arguably the best attacking defender in the league or in Europe on set pieces in Gabriel. So they got that in their locker. And when you sit back with 6 defenders at the back and you're that deep, it's very then hard to get out to try and win them set pieces. So that's what I mean by it. I don't expect Arsenal to go out and try and play attacking football against Man City. That's just silly. But considering Rodri got injured and he was taken off, and Man City had no defensive midfielder. You got to remember that as well. Man City didn't have a defensive midfielder when Rodri went off. So if Arsenal just kept playing their 4-4-1 and tried to keep the ball as best they can, keep possession the best they can, win their tackles high up the pitch, one player being sent off as a forward shouldn't make you sit like that. For me. But yeah, I'm not going to say they should have gone out and fucking smoked City. That's just silly. That's silly talk. But it's just what it is, guys. It's just it's the Arsenal fans coming for Liverpool online. I don't know why all this stuff's been brought up about Liverpool. This is the thing that annoys me. Oh, we got a real rivalry now. Rivalries in football are back now. We have a real rivalry in football again. It's like, what's that about? What's a real rivalry? I don't get it. They're slagging off the Liverpool City rivalry to justify they've got a rivalry because they've been little brothered every time. I don't get it. Liverpool and City's rivalry weren't a rivalry on hate. It weren't a rivalry on hate. It was a rivalry on who is the best. And City got the end. Look, City got the end of Liverpool more times than Liverpool got the end of City, yeah? But no one competed with City like Liverpool did in the Pep and Klopp era. No one. Like Arsenal have not hit 90 points yet under Arteta. They've still not hit the 90-point barrier. Liverpool are finishing 97, 90, 99 and 93 points 3 times in that era. We also won a Champions League, a Premier League, 2 League Cups and an FA Cup, a Super Cup, a World Club Championship. So, yeah. That's... So it's not a rivalry of hate, it's a rivalry of respect. City and Liverpool just respecting each other. No one says, like, Liverpool versus City is the best game in Europe. Under Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, City versus Liverpool was the best game in Europe. The best game in Europe. Because both teams went for it. Both teams went for each other. So it's not a rivalry on hate. Arsenal one's a rivalry on hate. They just hate each other. I don't know why. I don't know why there's so much hate there and animosity, but there is. I don't know why Arsenal... I don't even think it's Man City starting the rivalry. I think it's Arsenal starting the rivalry, personally. I don't think Man City is starting any kind of rivalry. I just think Arsenal started a rivalry for absolutely no reason. They're trying to bully City. Why are you trying to bully City? Why are you trying to bully Pep Guardiola? Pep don't look at you like that. They don't look at you like... I'd love Arsenal to win the Premier League. I would. It stops Man City's dominance. And Arsenal are the only team that can do it right now. That'd be great. So again, I've got all the respect in the world for Arsenal Football Club, but the fan base right now is I don't get it. I don't get it. Just be humble, man. Just be humble. Right, let's get honesty with the super chats. He's got mental with them. Apparently, Rodgers out for the season. No Ake, no Canate and De Bruyne. We need a pounce now because every time City slip up, we need to take our chances. Look, I think the only difference between City, Liverpool, and Arsenal with injuries is they got their main ace in the pack is Pep Guardiola. If there's any manager I think who can cope without them injuries and make it work, it is probably Pep Guardiola because he's the best manager in the world. So if there's any manager who can make it work, it is Pep. I think if that was Arsenal and Liverpool, we would probably struggle a bit, no doubt about it. I just feel like Kevin De Bruyne. I don't know about you guys. I don't think Kevin De Bruyne is that massive of a miss now. I don't think De Bruyne is that big of a miss right now for Man City. But I think Rodri for the long term, if it's a long-term injury, and Rodri's out till the new year, 3, 4, 5 months out. If he's only out for 3 or 4 months, they're not going to buy a new DM, in my opinion, in January. I know a lot of people say that. They don't really do business in January. I think they can cope. De Bruyne missing. I watched Man City with De Bruyne missing the whole season and they won the league. I can't remember what year it was. It's about, 4 years ago? De Bruyne was missing for the whole season. The whole season for injury. Actually, I think he made like 4 appearances that season, but he pretty much missed the whole season for injury. And City won the Premier League. So if there is a manager who can do it, it is Pep. But of course, it weakens Man City. They haven't got a defensive midfielder right now. But hey, I personally think you can play without a defensive midfielder and be just as good. I've said it many times. It's the system that makes the position. It's not the player. So if Man City still won the league without Rodri this year, without a DM, what are we all saying then? Like if Man City go and win the Premier League, guys, without Rodri for the rest of the season, and Rodri's only played 3 games this season, don't forget, because he missed the opening start of the season. So if City go and win this league without Rodri, they've got no DM, and they win the league, what are we going to say about the DM position? Is it a system? Is it the system that makes the position, or is it the DM? Is it the system? Is it DM? What is it? Saliba only played in the Prem next to Gabriel Van Dijk. Next to Ibu, Kwanzaa, Gomez, Matip, and he's still a level above Shoa Gaffiva Diaz. Yeah, I agree. No one mentioned, not one person has mentioned, I watched Match of the Day, I watched the Sky Sports highlights, I've listened to other YouTubers. No one's mentioned for Haaland's goal that Gabriel and Saliba went missing in a high line. They started a high line against City, and it was a simple pass by Silvinho, and it split Arsenal to tatters. Absolute tatters. No one spoke about it, though, because you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to. Even if Liverpool fans are on exile windows. Yeah, that's very true. You see that Bernardo still said, and Haaland telling Jesus F off. He did the same for younger. Yeah, they don't care for Arsenal. They're little broing them. Question: do you think Partey injured Rodri on purpose? That theory is going around now because it looks like Partey shoved him. No, I don't think it was anything that bad, to be fair. When I looked at the replay again on it, Rodri's studs got caught in the ground, and then his whole body weight went down on his knee. Look, to be fair, Partey for me is just following Rodri's run. Partey's doing what you should do. He's just following the run. I'm not going to blame Thomas Partey in that at all, really. He's just following his run. He barged him a little bit. There's nothing wrong with a shoulder barge. It's perfectly fine. And then Rodri's studs didn't move out of the ground. And because they didn't move out of the ground, all his weight collapsed on his knee. And that's why he got fucked up. Kevin De Bruyne in that game yesterday, he would have scored. Do you think? Don't know, Don't know. I don't think De Bruyne is that player anymore, personally. Neville said they're the two best centre-backs in the country. This dick sucking's got to stop. Why are they the best two centre-backs in the country? Right. Does anyone else here think, right, I want everyone to give me yes or no in the chat. Give me a yes or no in the chat. Could Canate and Virgil van Dijk do what Saliba and Gabriel do at Arsenal? If Canate and Van Dijk played for Arsenal the way Arteta plays, with 4 centre-backs playing at the back and 2 defensive midfielders in front of them, and they play a mid to low block, could Virgil van Dijk and Canate do just as good as a job? Could they do just as good as a job? Now, we've already seen it twice this season. Against Brighton and against Man City yesterday. There was 2 occasions where they stepped up to try and play a high line, Saliba and Gabriel, and they both got caught out by easy through balls. So, could Saliba and Gabriel play Liverpool's high line with no defensive players in front of them? I don't think they could do what Virgil and Ibu do for Liverpool. I don't think they could do what Virgil and Ibu do for Liverpool. And I'm not saying Saliba and Gabriel are bad players. I think they're very good. I just think there's this discourse on you've got to look at the way a team is set up. You've got to look at the way a team is set up. Now, Liverpool play far more open in the last few years than Arsenal do. Far more open. They play one-on-one defending with Virgil and Canate and maybe Kwanzaa and then maybe Matip. Far, far more open. And they, of course, sometimes you go let one through the net, because you're playing that open. Arsenal don't play as open as Liverpool do. They play more defensively. They've got a mid to low block. They have 4 centre-backs playing across a back 4, so they got more protection, and they got more defensive midfielders in front of them, so they got a more defensive structure in front of them. So there's less space for forward players. So when we're looking at best combinations, you've got to look at the setup of teams as well. And I believe the setup of Liverpool with Virgil and Canate. Virgil on his own anyway, guys. Virgil this season, last season, the season before that, the season before that. Yeah, Virgil's the best out of the lot. And if you want to say a pairing, maybe you say Saliba and Gabriel right now because of the way the team's set up. But right now, as it stands right now, I'd say it's Virgil and Canate right now. And I know people talk about Canate being fit. Does everyone realise that Canate's never played this many Premier League games in a row? By the way, he's never played this many Premier League games in a row since he's been at Liverpool. I just want to look at the Premier League table a minute, guys. I just want to look at something. What year should we go? Let's go 18-19 season. Right, let me get set up for you guys. I'm going to get this up for you. Right, this is the 18-19 season, guys. This is the 18-19 Premier League season, yeah? 18-19 Premier League season. Look how many goals we conceded. Look how many goals we conceded the 18-19 season. 22. 22 goals conceded, right? Do you know who played most of that season with Virgil van Dijk at the back? Do you know who played most of the time with Virgil at the back there? 22 goals. Arsenal have not yet, with Saliba and Gabriel have not yet conceded less than 22 goals. That season, Virgil played half the season with Gomez and half the season with Matip. So he had two partners. He had played half the season with Joe Gomez and half the season with Joel Matip. And we only conceded 22 goals, guys. That's all we conceded. 22 goals. Man City conceded 23, by the way. But we conceded only 22 goals. So Saliba and Gabriel, to this day, playing in a far more defensive side than any of these Liverpool teams, because we played more open, have not conceded less than 22 goals yet. So this is why I talk about Virgil van Dijk so much, guys. Virgil van Dijk is the it factor. He literally is the it factor. Everyone keeps comparing Gabriel to Virgil, Saliba to Gabriel. Like everyone compares everyone to Virgil van Dijk. And Saliba and Gabriel are fantastic centre-backs who are only going to get better. And they might do it this season. But that team conceded only 22 goals. Yeah. We would have won the Premier League and Champions League double. This is what I'm saying. It's just mad. It's just mad to me. And I think they're tremendous. I mean, last season, Arsenal conceded 29 goals. 29 goals last season. That's great, by the way. Very good. Nothing wrong with that. Superb. Liverpool conceded 41, so a dog shit. Absolute dog turd. Season before that, 22 season. Oh, look. Conceded 43 goals. 43 goals. That was only 2 years ago. 22-23 season. They conceded 43 goals. 3 years ago now, whatever it is. 29 goals last season. So, the season before, they conceded 43 goals. Same as Man United, by the way. Same as Man United under Ten Hag. Last season, they conceded 29 goals. So can someone tell me where this best partnership is it just now? Is it just now? Because the season before they conceded the same amount of goals as Man United. Last season they conceded 29, and this season they conceded more than Liverpool. So when they talk about these best centre-back partnerships and all that sort of stuff constantly, you've got to look at the structure of teams. And if you look at Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp with Virgil van Dijk, he's the difference maker. And it's at me having to go at Arsenal, by the way. It's me having to go at the media that spouts so much bollocks. It just does my tits in. It really does. Big up honesty over all the super chats, man. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. But look, Liverpool, I'm not going to say Liverpool are on par with Arsenal at the moment. I think Arsenal are better than Liverpool at the moment. So for any Arsenal fan watching this thinking I've slagged your team off, I'm not slagging your team off. I'm slagging your fan base off that are unbearable at the moment. They're trying to start a rivalry of Man City, and it's them starting it. It's not Man City. They think they're hard done by constantly. They bring up Liverpool in this rivalry of Man City. You know, the media are just sucking them dry, although they've not won nothing yet. You know, you spent how much money? Close to 700 million. 700 million. Liverpool in Jurgen Klopp's third season. So in Jurgen Klopp's first season at Liverpool, he got to Europa League final, lost it, right? In Jurgen Klopp's second season, he got to a Champions League final, lost it. In Jurgen Klopp's third season, got to a Champions League final, won it. In Jurgen Klopp's fourth season, he won the Premier League. Yeah. Jurgen Klopp's fifth season, we struggled. Got top four low, but struggled. Jurgen Klopp's sixth season, we won a domestic double and tried to win a quadruple and took Man City to 93 points. Yeah, 93 points. And then last season, we won the League Cup. So for me, I believe Arsenal have got to win the league or Champions League this year. They have to. The amount of waffle that I'm hearing online, the amount of waffle I'm hearing everywhere, you've got to win the league this year. You just have to. And by the way, this ain't all Arsenal fans. I know a great load of Arsenal fans who don't think like that. They love their club and they want their club to be best, but they don't get into all this nonsense. But for me, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I am looking to either win the Premier League or Champions League this year, or I've got to win some kind of silverware. I've got to win a League Cup. I've got to win an FA Cup. I've got to win something because these players at the moment don't know what it takes to get over the line. And that's something people don't talk about enough. Getting over the line is extremely difficult. You can be exceptional from August to April. You can be exceptional from August to April. Yeah. If the other team you're playing against, chasing that title, is also exceptional from August to April, but then what happens is they're also exceptional in May and you have a drop in May, you don't get over the line, the other team wins the league. And that's what's happened to Arsenal the last couple of years. They have drop-offs because they find it hard getting over the line. No, it's just facts. It's just facts. You know, the point to City when they should have gone for the win, losing to Aston Villa, it just lets City win the league. Just let City win the league. That getting over the line is extremely difficult. Liverpool have been there before. Liverpool know what we're talking about. We finished on bloody 97 points and didn't win the league. Finished on 92 points, 93 points and didn't win the league. We had to get 99 points to win the league. So we know what we're talking about. It's extremely difficult. City are almost perfect. But I look at this City team right now, and I don't think this City team's the same. And I'm not going to say their hunger's gone, because I don't think it is. I think their hunger's there to win a fifth title. But I look at City's wingers, Savinho, Doku, and people like that. They're not good enough. Jack Grealish should be playing constantly for City. You know, they're not good enough. They're not going to get enough goals from them wide areas. Losing Rodri, not having no Kevin De Bruyne right now, Arsenal got to take advantage of this. Arsenal got 3 easy games coming up. I expect Arsenal to win all 3 games and kick on from there. They need to win something this season. They need to get over the line, because if you go a fifth season without winning no silverware, it's time to let Arteta go. Simple as that. But look, I needed to get that off my chest. Let's talk about Liverpool now. Let's talk about Liverpool and these damn contracts, yeah? Yeah, Liverpool got enough problems of their own as well, by the way. I'm not saying we're perfect. We're fucking shit at the moment, like behind the scenes. You know, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you this other one. They've also said if Arsenal go to Anfield and don't lose, they think they'll go invincible. So it's just another one. Yeah, it just keeps coming out. Keeps coming out, man. So let's talk about these contracts, because I think people are taking them wrong. I've seen a lot of people talk about these contracts online, and people talking about this and that. I think people are taking things the wrong way anymore. So for Fabrizio Romano said, Trent Alexander-Arnold, I said on Arne Slot that I would really like to be the best defender that no one wants to come up against in Europe. It is really refreshing to have a manager who will help me guide and teach me how to be better. Now, I don't know. So this came from Trent himself. This came from Trent himself. Let me so everyone knows that I'm not lying about this sort of stuff. This comes from Trent himself. So this is Trent himself there. So Trent is basically saying, I said to Arnold Slot, I would like to be the best defender that no one wants to come up against in Europe. By the way, I love that from Trent. That's what I've been wanting to hear from Trent. Guys, why have we not been hearing that from Trent in the last few years? Yeah, you have to ask questions. It is really refreshing to have a manager who will help and guide and teach me how to be better. Now, obviously, there's people thinking he's taking a shot at Jurgen Klopp. You know, he's taking a shot at Jurgen Klopp there. I don't think he's taking a shot at Jurgen, but I have said it for years now. Since I've been doing YouTube, I have been saying this constantly. And I think you guys in the chat have been saying it as well. Why isn't Trent being coached to defend? Because Trent has basically said, yeah, that's the case. He's not really been coached to train, coached to defend. He's saying it's really refreshing to have a manager that help and guide me to teach me how to be better. I don't remember Trent in the last few years coming out and saying he wants to be the best defender. I don't remember him saying that, coming out and saying that. And there might be quotes around. I'd love to see it. But I don't remember seeing any quotes of him saying, I want to be the best defender. Now, he wants to be the best defender. And he's saying he's got a manager that's trying to help him be a defender. Now, if you look at Trent this season, I think Trent's played really well this season defensively. I personally think Trent's been good defensively this season. I really do. But if you look at the way he plays more of a conventional right back. He plays a more conventional right back position. You know, he's not getting forward that much. He's not going to get the assists he used to. I think the days of Trent getting like 12 assists a season, unless they're from corners or set pieces, I don't think that's going to happen anymore. He's a right back by name now. He's a right back by nature. Yes, he will get he can play a pass from the position he plays in, but the fact he wants to be a better defender now gives me a lot of joy. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I don't. What do you think? Is it a little dig at Jurgen? You know, was it a dig at Jurgen and stuff like that? And I know everyone talking about Pep Linders in the chat. And I've said this multiple times. Pep Linders was the coach. But if Jurgen Klopp's the manager, then everything falls on the manager. If Jurgen Klopp don't like the way Pep Linders is coaching, then he can stop it. Unless, like we've all thought the last year or so, Pep Linders was really the man in charge. And he was really the manager of the football club. Because if you go and look, I don't know if you guys have been watching any RB Salzburg lately, but RB Salzburg play exactly like Liverpool did last season. If anyone's gone and checked it, go and check out RB Salzburg. They play like Liverpool did last season. That's how he's wanting to play. You know, so so Pep was the coach. The trophies we won because of Pep. That's a good question, honestly. Great question, man. Great question. I don't know if he's having a dig here. I just think Klopp wants to be a not Klopp. Trent wants to be a better manager, a better defender. I know people are going to think he's taking a dig because Curtis Jones said the same thing. I will say though, because the Liverpool fan base don't particularly like Curtis Jones, everyone came at Curtis Jones. I remember all the Liverpool fans coming at Curtis Jones because he made that comment in pre-season about the way Slot's playing him and about the way he enjoys it better now. No one's really come for Trent with this comment. And what's the difference? What is the difference? Because Trent is so loved and he's everyone's favourite, no one's come for him. But when I hear a player say it's really refreshing to have a manager who will help and guide me and teach me how to be better, the words he says there, it's really refreshing to have a manager help. That's basically telling me the manager before didn't help him. That's what that quote means. Because otherwise, why would you say that? But no one's come for Trent. You know, no one's coming for Trent for saying that. I don't think that's what even Trent's saying, by the way. I don't think that's what Trent's getting at. Maybe because Slot wants to be, I think what it is, Slot wants to be a bit more defensive minded than what Jurgen Klopp was. So because of that, he wants Trent to play in a particular way. Like our team was built around Trent Alexander-Arnold last season. That's what our team was built around. Slot's not building his team around Trent. Trent's just part of the team. Yeah. And because Slot wants to play a bit more defensively, like with a bit more defensive nous about him, he's asking Trent to play a different way. And because he's asking Trent to play a different way, he's teaching him a little bit something different from what Jurgen Klopp and Pep Linders might have taught him. So for me, this is not a dig at Jurgen Klopp at all. He means it in the way we're playing a little bit more defensively. We're not pressing all over the pitch. I'm not the main guy now. I'm just a right back. Because I'm just a right back, you know, the manager's teaching me things I've not learnt before. That's all it is. You know, that's all it is. I just, yeah. Big up Solo in the chat. Guys, make sure you go and subscribe to Solo's channel, Solo P1 in YouTube. If you just put YouTube Solo P1 in the title, give him a shout out. Go and follow him. Go and subscribe to him. Does loads of Liverpool content. Does Formula One content. Go and check him out. Put Solo P1 in your YouTube search bar and follow another Liverpool YouTuber, guys. Keep it in the family. Yeah, Trent's defending has been excellent this season. I agree. I really agree. The only time Trent was off it was against Nottingham Forest. Trent against Nottingham Forest was awful because Trent tried to go inverted and he was left side of midfield, right side of midfield. It was all over the place. But when Trent sticks to that conventional right back position, I think Trent's been very good. Big up, Honcho. How you doing, man? Yeah, and Klopp checked out 2 seasons ago. He wanted to leave. I think he did, you know. I think he did check out a little bit. I think Klopp was trying to. At the time, I think Pep Linders wanted the Liverpool job, and Klopp was sort of like easing him into the job as his successor. But then when they all decided to leave together and we had to branch out and get different people in, it's because what got brought back to the club. I don't think anyone at our club got on with the people that have been brought back, and that's why they all left. That's my personal opinion. If all them people didn't get brought back and Klopp wanted to leave, I think Pep Linders would be manager. You know. Curtis Jones, Curtis Jones humiliated a fan, and if that's true, he's a bad egg. Did he? So I don't know. Did he? I can't say that's the truth or not. I don't know. I have not seen it. Yeah, exactly, Dean. Everyone was shite against Nottingham Forest. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, Robbo defensive has been better this year. I think Trent and Robbo both been better defensively this year because they're not gunning forward every moment of like every second of the game. They're not getting themselves out of position constantly. So I'm with you, honestly. I do believe Robbo and Trent they're both fullbacks being defensively better. There's like Trent's obviously better on the ball than Robbo, and I think we probably need a better ball playing left back than Robbo next season. And Trent on the right, obviously on the right hand side of the pitch, is a far better right back with the ball at his feet. You know, Trent will look. I think slowly and surely, as the season goes on, Trent will go back to doing what he used to do a few years ago when he was an up and down right back, a conventional up and down right back. I think as the season goes on, that's what Trent will convert back into. You know, it's just getting there slowly and surely, and then I think we'll see the best of Trent later in the season. I really do. I think we'll see the best of later in the season. Yeah, I saw that. It was really good what Curtis Jones did. He invited that fan in. Was it a special needs fan? I don't want to say that like horribly. I don't know if it was a charity thing. I can't remember now, but yeah, he brought someone there, got him on the pitch, scored a penalty. He had VIP treatment. The works. Yeah, go give it a Curtis, man. Obviously, I don't know the other bit from Curtis. I don't know if that's made up, whatever. I don't know, but I do know what honesty says there's true. And they love Mac and Grab in front of them, tidying up. Exactly, Nick. We're not as open as we used to be so far this season. Look, it's a long old season. I don't know what's going to happen. Liverpool got many more tests to come yet. You know, I get this thrown at me all the time because I'm quite a positive Liverpool fan, and I don't see anything wrong with that. We've played 5 Premier League games. We're sitting second in the Premier League. Yeah, we had that slip up against Nottingham Forest, but we conceded 1 goal and scored 10. We scored 10 goals and conceded 1 goal. We had that slip up against Forest, which now does look like a slip up because of our performances against AC Milan away and against Bournemouth. You know, Liverpool are away to Wolves, which I expect us to win on Saturday. We're away to Wolves on Saturday. I expect us to win because they're bottom of the Premier League with only 1 point this season. So I expect us to win that game. And then in October, we got harder games coming up. We got, obviously, in October, we're away to Crystal Palace. Now, we always win at Crystal Palace, but it'd be a difficult game. And then we got like Chelsea and Aston Villa and teams like that. So tough games are coming. There's no doubt where Arne Slot's going to be pushed and he's going to be tested and he's going to have to learn quickly. I've said this constantly. But yes, I'm a positive Liverpool fan. And after 5 games, I don't understand why I can't be. I don't understand why I can't be a positive Liverpool fan, guys. When it come back to bite me in the arse, maybe, but I don't know the future. You know? What if we beat Wolves? And that's our 5th win in 6 games. And then what if we do go and beat Crystal Palace and that's our 6th win in 7 games? Am I allowed to still be positive, or have I got to say, oh, we haven't played Villa away yet, Spurs away yet, wait till then? Why do I have to wait till then? Why can't I just be positive and then wait till that game happens and see what happens then? And if we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. You know, everyone comes at me all the time for being positive, all the time. Oh, Jamie, you're too positive. This is what you get for being positive. Like they think I'm being cocky. I'm not being cocky at all. It's just mad to me. Like us Liverpool fans, we're not allowed to be happy at any time. You know what I mean? Never allowed to be happy. Trent said on X, it gives him confidence that it will sign. Yeah, we're going to go through the rest of it. You're doing well. Question: why don't we see Tyler Morton? We know Endo isn't that high on the pecking order, but where is Tyler Morton? Give him at least 10 minutes. Yeah, Tyler Morton played an under-21s game, didn't he? The day we played. Who did we play? We played when we played Bournemouth. He played the under-21 game, didn't he? Under-23s game. I think Tyler Morton might play some part of the League Cup. Yeah, you have to play. Yeah, I think he'll play the League Cup. You have to play everyone plus no gimme games in the Prem. Exactly. There is no gimme games. Look what happened against Nottingham Forest. You know, Nottingham Forest won't give me like these things can happen. Like you can slip up against anyone in our league. Anyone in our league you can slip up against because if you take your eyes off the ball, so to speak, for a couple of minutes, you can get punished in this league. You really can. We've seen it happen to a lot of the top teams. So, yeah, I agree, Tone. I agree, man. Rival fans aren't happy unless you're a miserable Collie Red. Yeah, well, he's a miserable shit. Question: if you can pick one to draw, or if you can if you can pick one to draw to both Real City or lose, what lose one, win the other? Oh right. I'll take 2 draws. I'll take a back-to-back draws against Real Madrid and City. Honestly, I'll take that because they're both at home. They're both at home though. Do you know if I lost to Real Madrid and I beat Man City, I would take that. If I lost to Real Madrid but make Man City at home, I'd probably take that. Yeah, I'd also take 2 draws maybe, but yeah, I'd probably lose the Madrid game and beat Man City because I think Man City are there to be got at now. If they've got no Rodri and no Kevin De Bruyne and no Ake, leaves their options a little bit shot at the back. We've seen how crap Kyle Walker is. They've got some issues there, so yeah, I'd do that one. And when yeah, I got it, man. Red Ben TV gave me Pratt of the Week. I don't know if anyone saw it. Did anyone see that last season? Anyone see it last season? Redman TV gave me Pratt of the Week. Yeah, I love how they do it under their members, guys. So no one knows. It's only because someone told me. It's only because someone's a member and told me. You're not allowed to say anything bad against the Messiah. You come out, you can't say anything bad against the Messiah. You really can't. People come for you. People come for you. About Colin said, because unfortunately, Jamie, there's people that just want to piss on everything, even their own fan base. Unfortunately, they do. Be Solo says, this is not you, but here there is a lot of youngsters are scared of being clipped, so that makes them scared of being happy for their own club. Just be happy, man. Like, there's a lot of fake people out there, Solo. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of fake people out there. I like the win against City. Rail loss could be made up. Yeah, I'm with you, Tone. That's why I'm taking that. The Rail, lose the Rail and beat Man City. I'm doing that, man. It's a City game at home. I thought it was no. It's at both at home. Honestly, we play Real Madrid and Man City both at home that week. Yeah, that's right, Daz. Redmen and disgrace say, have they ever called out the owners? No, yeah, win both. Yeah, that weren't the thing though. The thing was 2 draws or a win or a loss. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with it, you know. There's nothing wrong. You guys know what I'm like. If there's bones to pick, I'm going to pick it. If there's something to be positive about, let's be positive about it, yeah? Our start of the season has been very good. Why can't we have a smile on our face right now? It annoys me because then I'll get some Liverpool fans that go, we've only played this and that and that. It's tougher games to come. Oh, fucking hell. Cheers, mate. You're a barrel of laughs. You are. Jesus Christ. Some of these YouTubers follow the same narrative, negativity, screaming, shouting, and making fun of people. So look, I could do that as well. I really could. I could start clickbaiting the shit out of all my titles. That's what YouTube want you to do, by the way. Right? YouTube itself wants you to clickbait. That's what they want you to do. You know, I've been told already. I got in touch. So someone got in touch with me yesterday. Someone who works for YouTube got in touch with me yesterday. Yeah. And they told me that I should start clickbaiting my titles because they were looking at my numbers, and now I get a lot of views, but my subscribers are on like 6 and odd thousand. And like they're saying, you should be on 10, 15,000 subscribers by now. So you got to start. What YouTube want you to do is start, you know, clickbaiting your titles, clickbaiting your thumbnails, because that's what YouTube's about. YouTube is literally about clickbait. It's literally what YouTube do. The only way you get in the algorithm on YouTube if you put like a clickbaity title out or a clickbaity thumbnail out there, and then that gets like impressions and clicks, and your thing goes into the algorithm. It's literally what they want you to do. It's literally what they want you to do. Clickbait mania, you know. Screw you. Yeah, Chloe from Redman's quality. I like Chris Pajak as well, to be fair. I do like Chris Pajak. For some reason, fans want us to lose so they can say, I told you so. I know that there's a few YouTubers I know that I'm not going to mention names that do it. Big up Imran, Jamie, exposing them men. Big up Imran. Clickbaiting Warren. That's what they want you to do, though. This is the thing. That's what YouTube wants. So, yeah, they told me yesterday, they went, look, if you want to get your numbers up quicker, you got to start clickbaiting your titles. And he gave me a few examples, and he's like, throw that in your next one, do this in your next one. It's like, I don't really want to, though. I don't really want to clickbait people. Jamie, after all the talk, Darwin started and did well. Yeah, I love it, man. Look, I said earlier on with Darwin, I don't mind having my mouth shut. I really don't. Everyone knows I'm not a big Darwin fan. I've questioned the slot rating and all this sort of stuff. But if Darwin can keep performing at that level every week, I don't mind being called wrong. Because you know what, guys? If Darwin's successful, it means Liverpool is successful. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy. Yeah. If Darwin's successful, Liverpool's successful, we're all happy. I don't care about being wrong. If I'm successful and I'm wrong, who cares? Do you know what I mean? I don't care. Like people keep coming at me. Oh, you said this about Darwin. No, I'm not saying you did, Dustin, by the way. I'm not having a go at you here. Big up, Dustin. Not saying you. I've had people coming at me. Oh, you said this about Darwin. Yeah, great. He's proved me wrong. Fantastic. That means we'll be more successful. Good. Great. That's all I've ever wanted. All I've ever wanted was Liverpool to be successful and for the players that play for Liverpool to help us find that success. And for me, right now, right at this moment in time, Darwin starts as our main striker in the next few games. You just keep playing Darwin in the next few games. You know, Jota's been shit. Yeah. Jota's been cack. Yeah, I think that'd be the front three as well. Jota, Chiesa, Jota, Gakpo. That's a heck of a front three. That's our depth. Connor, look at our depth right there. Look at our depth right there. That is our depth. So our main front three at the moment is Salah, Darwin, and Diaz. And for our depth, our second front three is Chiesa, Jota, and Gakpo. Do you know how mad that is? That's just mad. You know who's good at clickbaiting? Terry from Football Terrace. Yeah, but we've all got to do, to be fair, honesty, every single one of us YouTubers should do it. Every single one of us YouTubers should do that. It's what YouTube want you to do. You're meant to clickbait. You know, clickbaiting, the whole point of clickbaiting is because the whole point of it is that someone clicks on your video, because YouTubers are after clicks. That's what you're after, right? So they're after clicks. So you want someone to click your video. and then they can make their mind up if they like you or not, and you go from there. But I just don't feel comfortable with it. I ain't gonna lie, I don't feel comfortable with it, but it's what YouTube want us to do. I think eventually, guys, I don't mean this horribly. I do think eventually we're going to have no choice, and all us YouTubers eventually are going to have to start clickbaiting, because it's the way YouTube is going right now. If you look at all the big YouTube videos, they're all got like either a clickbaiting title or a clickbaiting thumbnail. It don't mean that's not just football, it's everything on YouTube. Entertainment, travel vlogs, you know, gaming, football, whatever on YouTube, you know, they're all sort of clickbaiting titles, clickbaiting thumbnails. You click it to find out, you get caught in the web. It's the way YouTube want it. And I think eventually we're all going to have to do it if we want our videos to get watched. Van Dijk Nunes, consistency is the key. I think he shouldn't get carried away. We won't. Now's the time for him to recover focus. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Spaghetti Moran said, if Jota carries on this form, I wouldn't be surprised if he's one. There was an iron let go. Yeah, I'm with you, Moran. I've been very, very, very disappointed with Jota's form this season. I was ecstatic. I thought he'd be right up there. I really did. I thought he'd be right up there. Unfortunately, he's not. Salah, Darwin, Diaz, Walsh. Yep, definitely. Yeah, that's the only one, LK. I'm with you, LK. I actually think we got 2 right backs, 2 left backs, 4 centre backs, 2 good goalkeepers, 2 great goalkeepers. We got 6 good forwards. It's our midfield. I'm with LK here. That's where our depth is lacking. I'm all right, guys, with Virgil, Canate, Quansah, and Gomez as our back 4, as our 4 centre backs. I'm perfectly good with Trent and Connor Bradley, and Robbo and Tsimikas, and Allison and Kelleher. And then our front 3, our front 6. It's the midfield. If we had one extra body in that midfield, it would change everything. In fact, if we had one extra body in that midfield, I'd say we should go and win the title. That's how much I think our team's good. Well, that midfielder short, I agree with okay. We got Russell at roster. He's out. Yeah, it's a massive miss for City, man. It's a massive miss for City. Apparently, Alisson's fine. You know, apparently Alisson's all right, you know. I don't think Alisson's that bad. It's just a muscle. It's more muscle tiredness than anything else. I think he might be back for the Wolves game. We'll keep a close eye on it. Big up Klopp. He says, Jamie, our back 3 is better than Arsenal. Our back up front 3 is better than Arsenal front 3. Yeah, I mean, at this moment in time, I'm having Cody Gakpo over Martinelli. I'm having Jota over Gabriel Jesus right now. You know, Saka, yeah, you can give Saka over Chiesa right now, but if Chiesa can find his form from 2 years ago, you got an argument, Chiesa, with you. As Rodri played his last game for Man City, if Man City are expelled from the Premier League, the player is expected to move to Barcelona or Real Madrid. Could you imagine? That'd be nuts. I had an ACL and MCL injury, so when I saw Rodri fall, I said, best case 1 month, worst case ACL. Funny. He talked about striking. He did, didn't he? If I go on a channel and his thumbnail is a flannel, yeah, you need that OMG surprise face. Jamie, I back up for yeah. It depends who is on the screen though. Some of these guys demonetize themselves what they carry. Yeah. Yeah, wrestling YouTube is the worst of clickbait. They all do it, man. That's what I'm saying. And I don't want to do it, by the way. I'm not sitting here advocating for it. It's just the way YouTube's going. I'm fine with clickbaiting, but don't appear naked on stream with Liverpool cyber. Oh God, do you know what? You guys are going come for me, literally like Paul's, but you guys are going to come for me, Paul's. If this happens, if Liverpool sign Bastoni in the like, oh, you guys go make me, ain't you? Jota overall has been good though. He just missed a few chances. It's normal. I don't think it's been good in his last 2 games, Dustin. I expect him to be a little bit better because I rate Jota so highly, Dustin. I expect him just to be a little bit better than what he is. Yeah, clickbait the shit out of it, James. It's part of your income, mate. You know, I don't really want to do it. I don't want to lose people, but it's the way YouTube is going. If YouTube carries on like this, all of us are going to have to. Yeah, didn't Havertz not have a single pass yesterday? I saw that. I'd play Quanta against Bologna next week at Canate Fit. You could do. Could do. It's a great shout. Yeah, Bologna games at home as well. So if you go play one of them, yeah, could do. Yeah, that is the problem with YouTube though at the moment, my friend. I don't know if they will, you know. I don't think City will buy in January. They don't usually buy in January, you know. Depends what happens to their court case as well. They might not be able to. They might not be able to. But yeah, let's have a let's have a hang on. Let me get where's there we go. Get all my books up. The priority for Trent Alexander-Arnold is Liverpool. He will keep discussing with Liverpool about the project, what they want to do at the club for the next few years and the finances. But Real Madrid will be keeping them following the situation. That's for Fabrizio. Trent said on his future, the most important thing is always trophies. If I'm honest, I want to win trophies. I'm a player who's highly motivated by trophies and winning things and being elite. So that is probably the main factor. I mean, I hear it, Trent. I I just want these guys' contracts sorted out ASAP. You know, I don't want this to carry on looming, you know, constantly looming, and yeah, let's just get it sorted, man. Let's get it let's get it all sorted one way or another. Um Richard, big up says bait the clicks, Jamie, you know. Winky emoji, eh? Bait the clicks. Oh dear. I just I feel bad doing it. Yeah, I watched Edison against Arsenal last week, last week, and I thought Edison was pretty impressive, you know. I thought Edison was pretty impressive, and maybe that's one we should look out for. If City goes down, you don't mind the Kanji, Rico Lewis. I think a Kanji and Oscar Bob and all that would stay, you know. What if they get Zubimendi? Look, I don't think Liverpool. I literally thought Liverpool might go back in for Zubimendi, but the way Slot spoke about it last week, I'm like, nah, that's done now. Slot's moved on. Um, so if Trent played for so if Trent played for Arsenal, he would have left since they don't win jack shit. Yeah, I like Edison, guys. I think Edison's decent. Uh, who would I put in midfield on Wednesday, Dad? Oh, I think he'll play Curtis Jones, Wataru Endo, and Szoboszlai. I think Szoboszlai plays against West Ham, guys. I really do. Because you got to think who's going to play in that 10 area. I think he plays Szoboszlai in the 10, and I think he plays a double pivot of Curtis Jones and Wataru Endo in the midfield. And then you got Szoboszlai in the 10 area, and then I think he'll play Chiesa, Jota, and Gakpo in front of them. I think he'll play Kwanzaa and Gomez at the back, Tsimikas and Conor Bradley at fullbacks, and Keller in goal. I think Szoboszlai. I think Szoboszlai will play. Big up Scraps is going to the game on Wednesday. Big up my man Scraps. You reckon they go really strong honesty? Do you know the fan base will go absolutely nuts if McAllister and Szoboszlai both play against West Ham? I think it. I don't really care personally. I think it'll be Endo and Curtis Jones as well, and he'll play Szoboszlai in the 10. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, and this is very true as well. This is very, very true as well. You know, Jamie, you're expecting way too much rotation. He won't do that much. Now, Slaughter spoke about rotation. He has said that he doesn't particularly like rotating too much, but he's aware that he has to rotate at times because how draining the Premier League is. You might be right. You might be right. Could you imagine if he only plays like changes? Could you imagine if he only changes like 3 or 4 players for the West Ham game? The fan base would go mad. I particularly think rotation's a bit of a myth, personally. But yeah, people will go mad. You know, I think Gravenberch needs a rest. I'm going to say this now. I think we've got to protect Gravenberch because we've got no one else in our team like Gravenberch right now. So I think he has to be taken out of the team. But because if Gravenberch got an injury or something like that against West Ham, you imagine that like people go be going mad. Hair on my glasses. Tomorrow, Daz. I assume his press conference is tomorrow morning. I think Chiesa only gets 45 minutes. John Rooney says 7 to 8 changes. 5, yeah, for the Carabao Cup, right? We'll play 3 times a week. I think Salah played 90 minutes. Salah never got substituted in the last game. I don't think Salah plays any minutes against West Ham, and he has a week off now, a bit of rest, and he'll come back on Saturday. So I think Salah will come out. I think Jota will start, and I think Gakpo will start. I think the front 3 will completely change. That might be all the rotation, though. That might be all the rotation Slot does. He might just go with a completely different front 3. He might just go, right, you know what? Let's just change the whole front 3 and leave everyone else. That might be all he does. It might be all he does because Kelleher will play in a way because they have Alisson. So Kelleher's going to play unless he puts Jaros in goal and keeps Alisson. You know, yeah. Yeah, I agree, Tone, as well. With that, Tone, I agree with you. I'd rotate all 11 players, personally. I'd only keep Szoboszlai in the team and everyone else would rotate. I'm with you, Tone. I am. But I've just got this feeling now everyone's saying he might not, you know. If it was lower opposition, I'd agree, but this is a decent Prem side in West Ham who got panned by Chelsea. This is a good point. You know, I believe haven't Man City and Man United got like Bolton or something like that in their game where they can do rotation. This is another good point. Are West Ham going to rotate that much? Probably not. West Ham probably go strong. Yeah. And Colin's got a point here as well. Be like Colin saying they're training differently now, so they're naturally more fresh, so they won't be mega changes ever, in my opinion. You got a point there. The way we're training is a lot different now. The coaching's a lot different now. There's more rest time. Yeah, you might be right. Because of that, you don't need to rotate as much. Like, how many injuries did we get in training, guys, in the last couple of years? How many injuries did we always get in training? So, yeah, yeah. I look forward to it, man. I look forward to it. But look, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I think with the contract situations right now, I think Trent's going to stay at Liverpool. I think he just wants to get paid, and I think Liverpool will pay him. I think Mo Salah's leaving, and I think Virgil van Dijk's leaving. As it stands right now, I hope I'm wrong. I think they're going to sign Trent up to a new deal, and Virgil leaves and Salah leaves. Hope I'm wrong. I want all three to stay because I don't care about how old they are. I think it's going to be extremely difficult to replace Virgil van Dijk. Extremely difficult. We've already got Chiesa through the door, who plays right wing. Makes me feel like Salah might leave. But Trent, yeah, I think Trent will sign. But I could be totally wrong. It could be Trent that leaves and the other two sign. Who knows? But fingers crossed, guys. I want all three players to sign new deals. No doubt about it. I want all three players to sign new deals and stay for the next few years. Because in my opinion, I don't know who we're going by. I don't know who we're going by. Do you know if all three of them leave in the summer, guys? Liverpool's transfer summer is all up in the air because anyone they wanted to buy, they'll have to stop. They'll have to replace Trent, Salah, and Virgil in the summer before they do any other business, before they do anything else. And then Liverpool are not going to buy 6 or 7 players. They will probably just buy to replace them 3 players. If them 3 players leave, Liverpool will buy a right back, a centre back, and a right winger. And they won't buy anyone else, which means we'll be left short again. Can you imagine we're left short and not buying a DM again or another midfielder that Slot wants? And we just place them 3. That's why it's so up in the air. You know, that's why it's so, yeah, but let's see what happens, man. I hope they all sign new deals, but we've seen what Trent's had to say. We spoke about it. Trent wants to be a better defender now. Good for him. I hope he does. And I hope he signs a new contract. Big up to Honesty, who's funded the channel today. Much love to you, my friend. Much love to you. And big up to Richard as well, who member for 18 months as well. Big up to you as well. You guys are fantastic. I appreciate every bloody one of you. I will be back on Wednesday for the watch along, guys, for Liverpool and West Ham. I won't be around tomorrow unless there's any like breaking news or anything to talk about. I probably won't be around tomorrow, but I will be back Wednesday for the watch along between Liverpool and West Ham in the League Cup. And then I might hang around and do a match reaction after. So, yeah, or a call-in show. I will do a call-in show this week as well. I'm looking to do a call-in show on Thursday. If everyone's around, want to call in, I'm going to do a call-in show on Thursday. And on Friday, we're going to do the big debate again. Every Friday evening now, we're going to try and do a debate show. Try and get regular guests and new guests every single week. So, yeah, look out for that Friday. So that's your week coming up, guys. Probably no videos tomorrow. Watch along Wednesday. A call-in show on Thursday. And then a debate show on Friday. That is your week. That is your week, guys. So big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Enjoy the rest of your night, whatever you're doing. And I'll see you on Wednesday.